Hello everyone and welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Adriana and I just have a plant problem. Really, I love plants. I can't get enough of them. I always want more. But that's not what the video is about today. Today, the video is about watering. Watering is a stress reliever for me. I love watering my plants. It's a chance for me to get up close and personal with them, make sure they're doing okay, that there are no pests on them, and then, give them the nutrients they need from the water. But I found that as my plant collection grew, because it's always growing, I don't even know how many plants I have now. Watering got very stressful because I had so many plants and I'm like, oh my god, did I water this one? Did I water that one? Maybe this one needs water. And that's not what having plants are about. Plants are supposed to bring happiness and relieve stress and bring joy in your life. So I was not about that. And then I found what I call lazy watering. And what lazy watering is, it's basically bottom watering or butt chugging, as some people like to say, but we're going to call it bottom watering for right now. And bottom watering is really easy. All you do is you fill a basin or whatever you have, a bowl, whatever, with water, and then you set your plants in the water. A couple things to note: you don't want to leave your plants in the water for too long because you can overwater your plants this way. You don't want the roots to get too wet because that can cause root rot. And then the timing of how long you keep your plants in the water depends on the pot size. So a small 2-inch pot will water faster than a big 12-inch pot. Just some stuff to keep in mind. So let me just kind of describe what I have going on here. You can't really see. I have, actually, first and foremost, I have a cut up Aldi reusable plastic bag because I either water right here on my coffee table or on my dining room table. And I don't want, water to sit on any of those. So this is just like a layer of protection from water. I have right here something that I painted with my niece. This is what I use to drain a lot of the plants. So I'll take them out of their basins and put them on here to drain a little bit more before I put them away. And then this is the biggest bowl I have right here. It was meant to be a pasta bowl. I don't think I've ever put pasta in it. I've only put plants in here to water, and it's pretty big, and I really like it to put either multiple plants or one big plant. Something new I found that I really like using. Very noisy truck. Garbage truck. It's garbage day. Okay. Well, I'm sorry if you can hear the garbage truck in the back, but I've been waiting a while. And I don't want to wait anymore. What I found. You gone yet? What I found that I really like doing, especially now with all the takeout my husband and I are getting, is I like to save the takeout containers because they make just really great little watering stations for individual plants. So I have those ones, I have these ones here, and I also, with these smaller ones too, I just realized that if you save the lid, you can turn it over and it could be like a little saucer for some of your pots to protect your shelves. Who would have known? So yeah, I like recycling, so in reusing things. So this is a great second use for all the plastic that you would otherwise be throwing away. The garbage trucks are still outside. Hey, before we get started on this watering, I want to introduce the beer that I will be drinking. I have had, it's only the beginning of the week and already it's stressful. So I wanted to water some plants to de-stress. I also wanted to have an adult beverage to de-stress. And it's from my favorite brewery, Miskatonic. I'm repping their beer. I'm also repping their merch. I just really love their logo. It's H.P. Lovecraft inspired, and it just speaks to my soul, and I really like it. Ooh, my beer was far away. So the beer that I'm having today is called The Gardener. I believe I've mentioned it before. It's one of my favorite beers. It's seasonal, so unfortunately I can't have it all year round, but it's a wit beer. if I recall correctly. Maybe I should know that it's my favorite beer, but I forget because I just love the taste of it, so I just drink it. But it has lavender, vanilla, and lemon. I'm not a vanilla person, and I can't really taste the vanilla in this beer. It's more like, I think it more contributes to the smoothness of the finish. I more get the lavender and the lemon, and I love lavender. I love lemon. It's a classic pairing for me. So this is my favorite, and I'm telling you, I'm really gonna enjoy this today because I deserved it. This is also one of my favorite glasses. Last year, I ran a 5K because I do enjoy running. Not right now. It's like really humid, and like I can't breathe when it's really humid when I'm trying to run. But I'm getting off topic. Last year I ran a 5K, and it was a beer 5K. It was my first one, and so at certain distant markers, they provided little samples of beer, and it was like the best 5K I've ever run. Not because of the time. No personal records were broken during that 5K, but some delicious beer was had, and I got to enjoy it with my husband because he walked while I ran. And then after, they had a little party, had a whole bunch of breweries selling their beer, food trucks. It's just a fun time. It's just a fun time. It's just like taking off the stress. Okay. Let's get to this watering. Oh, down there I also have my watering can because you need the watering can to water plants. Okay, let's start with this severely underwatered Hoya Queen. I'm going to put it in one of the small ones here. And so you just stick it in the vessel. You can either pour your water in before or after. Preference. I just forgot to do it. So I'm going to pour it in after. Like so. And then it's just going to sit in here. I would think I would check after this size pot after 5 to 10 minutes to see, because again, we don't want to let it sit in here too long because that can cause some root rot. But if you notice, this plant is floating, and I've noticed that like when I really underwater plants, that's when they float in the water, probably because like it's just so light, there's nothing holding it down. So in those cases, I should have prepared. I'm suck at preparing. I should have had this filled up with water. Now you're gonna have to watch me fill it up, or Mike's gonna cut it out for you. Okay, it's all filled up now. So in this case, I'm just gonna like sprinkle a little bit on the top so it weighs it down a little bit, and then I'm gonna put it off to the side, leave it there. And that's all you do. And this is why I call it lazy watering, because while I'm doing this, I'll put on something on the TV, maybe watch something on the computer. If I have room in front of me to put a computer, listen to a podcast, watch YouTube, whatever I want to do while I'm watering that helps me relax. And that's what I want for you guys. So if you're feeling overwhelmed with watering, don't, just breathe. Take a minute, maybe try this method, and you can make it go as slower. Well, you can make it go slower because again, you don't want to overwater, but you can make it go faster. Like you could just use, oh here I have another plant in front of me. Let's pull it. Like you could just use a big basin just to catch water, and then you can just water until, oh I think that has a fungus gnat. Great. I hate fungus gnats. Until, the water, whoo, I sprayed a lot of water, starts running out the bottom. It's going to take a while. There we go. And once that's done, you can either leave it in here or put it in your drainage words. And then you're done. So it can really go faster if you wanted to, or you can really just bask in the laziness of your watering. And then I don't know if I mentioned, but I do like to water this way because it really lets me get some one-on-one time with my plants. I can, check on them, make sure they're doing okay, make sure the soil is okay, that they don't have any pests. I look to see if their leaves are too dirty, which means I might have to clean them if they are. It's just a good way to make sure that all of your plants are okay. And I get that like not every time you can spend this much time watering your plants, but it is nice to do every once in a while just to check up on them, because getting rid of pests is a pain. So you always want to try to catch them beforehand. But yeah, short and sweet today, because that's all I got. I just wanted to show you how I lazy water, because that's what works for me. This is how I like to do it. I do water every so often at nighttime. I am an intuitive waterer, so like I don't have any of my plants on a schedule. I just probably every day actually kind of just go around and look at them, and then if one needs water, I water it. I water it at night, I water it in the morning, I water it during my lunchtime. I really haven't found that it matters what time you water. I think I've watered some as late as like 11 o'clock at night on a weekend one time, and they're fine. But that works for me. It might not work for you. Everybody is different. Thank you for joining me on my lazy watering journey. I really didn't get to drink enough beer during this video. I had one sip. Let's just take another one for good measure. I hope all of you have a good, relaxing rest of your day. Thanks again for joining me on this video. I'll see you next time. Cheers. Yes.